So my research is MLB ballpark, and it's a study on how elevation and wind speed in different ballpark affect the home run statistic. So a little introduction, the MLB is comprised of 30 teams, and in each season, each team plays 160 games, including 81 home and 81 away. And for me, the reason I watch baseball, a lot of them is because of the home run. I think it's very exciting, it's very cool, and for this research, the purpose is to see, like, we only look at wind speed and elevation and to see if these variables have correlation with the home run statistic. So the first map is basically showing the location of 30 different MLB ballparks. And other researchers has done similar topics, and this one by Alyssa Richardson, and she has examined rookie league teams for 5 years, and it found a strong correlation between the home run per games and stadium elevation. For every 5,000 feet increase in elevation, there will be approximately 0.6 additional home runs per game. So some physics behind that is that higher elevation leads to lower air density because of the decrease in atmosphere pressure, and lower density can reduce drag, potentially lead to flight distance of baseball, which means there's a higher chance to get a home run. And so for my research, I basically just gonna separate into two research. One is a hypothesis that higher the elevation, the more the more decrease in the air density, which leads to more home runs. And for the wind speed, I would say, like, if the wind speed increases, it will lead to more home runs. So the data I use is the MLB ballpark info, which is by Paul Johnson in Chicago. So these are the contacts they have for the 30 ballparks. And also 2021 to 2023 home run statistic in MLB ballpark, and I have divided them by the total game, so we have the home run per game, the statistic for home run per game. And also I got a mean wind speed, 10 meters height, global wind atlas. I was originally gonna do 50, but I don't know why the 50 doesn't work on the map, so I just make it to 10. And I heard the average home run ball is approximately 30 to 25, 30, so I hope the 10 meters work. And also the elevation, I got it from USGS, and also in Chicago, this guy has put the elevation data, so save my time. So this is the chart I was working on. And for the methodology, I use XY data to points for ballpark location, and table join have joined some information to the ballparks, and also use symbology, raster calculator. I've calculate the raster of elevation from meter to feet, and I also use Google Sheets to make the charts. For the first research, elevation versus home run. So basically this map is just showing how I got the data. I got the raster data from USGS, I put it in, and then I just basically changed it to feet, and I found the data for that location. The course field is around 5,120 feet. It's just basically how I found the data, but it's too many, so I just won't show it to you. And So basically, I have elevation for every ballpark in feet, and I also have the home run statistic per game, and I put them together in a chart, and it shows that there's probably no correlation, and it shows the R square is 0.011, which means there's only 1.1% of this data is explained in this in this model, I think, which is definitely not enough. And so I would just say there's no correlation between elevation versus home run, at least in my data. And also move on to the next one, which is the wind speed. I got this data from the Global Wind Atlas, and I put every wind speed for that location on the map. For the wind speed, I basically did the same thing. So I put every wind speed at meters for every 30 ballpark, and compare them to home run per game, and it shows the R2 shows the same. 1.1% of data can be explained, and there's not much correlation. So therefore, I conclude that solely based on the data I have, there's no evidence shows correlation existed between elevation and the wind speed and home run statistic. So I was gonna do more if it shows correlation. So, and now I think there's no need to continue, since the elevation the correlation is so low. And I believe there are many limitations in this research. I started this research just based on my interest, because I want to know how environment and location affect home run statistic, and it does come as expected, showing not much correlation. Because I understand baseball is a very complicated sport that have many factors that affect the home run statistic. Examples are player statistic, the most important thing in baseball. Right now I don't have the ability to look at every player statistic. It's too many, it's too broad, but I believe someone will be doing that in the future, because it will be really interesting to look at. And also player trading. For MLB, the team will decide if they want to trade players. So many players are constantly moving between teams. So it will definitely affect how each team plays in the home runs. And also, one thing I think I'm missing in the research is the wind direction, because I only look at the wind speed, but I don't know what the wind goes, which is, I think, very important, and I should be looking at that, but it's kind of impossible, because wind direction are basically changing every time, and it's just right now it's just too hard for me to do that. And for the future research, I believe there are some ways that I can improve on this research. For example, look at wind speed and direction. And also looking the data for a long period of time. For now, I only have 3 years of the data, so it's probably not enough to look at. And also considering the player stats, and also looking at the ballpark sizes, because each ballpark had different sizes, which may be affecting the number of home run, and also the temperature. So there's a research I So there's an article I read. It says due to global warming, more major league hitting more home runs because of the temperatures increasing. I think this is one interesting topic to look at. And also, I will be thinking to switch the idea of looking at the home run counts into looking at the home run distance, and to see if elevation has affect the home run distance instead of just looking at the number of home run. And these are the sources I have. Yeah, basically that's